I videotaped that.
The part of you saying that you're over it?
I'm over that. Has more information than I needed to know.
Hey, you went there.
Whatever.
Are you recording?
I am.
Are you recording?
I'm recording now.
Okay, should I say Merry Christmas, everybody?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Brian's Kitchen. No, I'm joking. Everybody asks about my Buckeyes every year, so Becky and I are making Buckeyes. And we're going to show you how to do it. First, we cut the recipe in half this year because we getting too fat eating those things. So anyways, this year we're doing a half ration. So it's going to be, instead of 1 pound of butter, 2 pounds of peanut butter, and 3 pounds of sugar, we're going to do it in the half. So we got 2 sticks of butter, got ourselves a jar of good old-fashioned crunchy peanut butter, but you can use creamy if you're one of them girls, and pure cane sugar, powdered sugar. We're also going to do something different this year, which is adding these really cool Butterfinger baking bits that we found at the store. So it's going to be kind of cool, I think. So anyways, there we go. First you take the butter, you want to let it sit out for a while and get nice and mushy. Drop it into a bowl, like a big old butter turd, not on the counter. Don't mind my camera person laughing behind the camera. Don't matter about getting it on your fingers because you're going to get a lot of it on your fingers.
Wait, did you wash your hands?
Yes, of course I'll wash my hands. Person in the audience. Okay, now we're going to take our peanut butter. Lots of peanut butter. And in this case, this one we wanted 1 pound of, or 1.5 pounds of peanut butter. And this is 1 3/4 pounds. So we're just going to go a little bit shy of emptying the whole thing in. That's good enough.
Don't use that spoon again.
Now we're going to put our butter in. I'm sorry, our powdered sugar. Lots of it. More powdered sugar. Now this year, the new addition, Butterfinger, crunchy things. First thing I think it's like all the broken Butterfingers from the store. Put them into a bag, try to resell them. Now's the fun part. So you want to smash this stuff up. There's your butter. And you got to get it all mixed in. And this is the absolute best way to do it. And don't mind if it seems kind of mushy at first. When it's perfect, it won't stick to your hands anymore. Okay, as you can see, it starts to stop sticking to your hand. That's when it gets just about perfect for making the Buckeye balls. What you're going to end up doing is rolling these into little balls that look like this. Okay? But first, we're going to clean up our mess and put out wax paper so we can make all of our balls, and then put them into these little tins so we can put them in the freezer because they got to be frozen before we dip them in the chocolate, but we still have to melt. Be right back. Raven, you're going to have to go. None for you. Go. 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 Have to interrupt my dog. Okay, now we're going to make the Buckeye balls. Unlike Becky, who likes to make them the size of golf balls, you actually want to make them a little bit smaller than, or basically the size of a ping pong ball, or smaller. So, the way to do that, make one of these, take a pinch. Because of all the powdered sugar you put in it, it won't stick to your hands. Make a ball. You're going to make a whole bunch of these, one right after another. And then when they're all done, you're going to put them in these pans, and you're going to put them in the freezer for about half an hour until they are near frozen. The butter in them will keep them from being frozen solid for a while. So anyways, you want to make them, put them out here, and we're going to put them into the pans and put them in the freezer. Okay, now that we got them in the pans, See, yummy goodness. We gotta freeze them for about half an hour. They won't freeze solid, but they'll be cold enough to dip in chocolate. So. Okay, while we're freezing our balls off, you got this stuff called paraffin wax. I don't know if it comes from a paraffin fish or where they get it from. It says it's for use on snow skis, water skis, surfboards, candle making, reduces friction. Reduces friction. Obviously used in cooking too. So anyways, we need to get some of this stuff. Comes in these bars, wax, and then we gotta take a cheese grater and grate it up into a whole bunch of little stuff because we gotta put it in the chocolate. And the reason you gotta do that is when you melt chocolate, it won't harden back. So you have to put this in the chocolate that you're melting to make it harden back again. So my lovely assistant's gonna take care of the grinding duties. Smile, lovely assistant.
Oh no, I don't have makeup on. Husband.
Okay, as you can see, we got a pot of boiling water, and we need that for melting our chocolate. And we just put a secondary pot into the boiling water, and that will keep from burning the chocolate. Okay, we're going to use a couple different kinds of chocolate. Semi-sweets is the bulk of the chocolate. I like to put some Hershey's milk chocolate in it as well because it's really, really good. And then we kind of spice it up with some dark chocolate that has a really strong taste. And if you run out of chocolate, or when you're done, you have chocolate left over, here's chocolate from last year. It's been in the refrigerator. Works really good. Let's see if we need extra. I don't think we will. First thing we're going to do, put some chocolate in here, get it melting. Bit, make a mess, a little bit of the darks, and then the yummy Hershey's. You want to try and break it up as much as you can. Speeds up the melting process. It's already melting in my fingers as I speak. You can see here's our chocolate starting to melt. Slowly it'll start to melt. And as it slowly starts to melt, you kind of stir it up and mix up the chocolates together. This process usually takes about 10 minutes. Okay, you can see our chocolate is getting nice and melted. We've already put a bunch of paraffin wax in it, but we can show you. Put a little more of a kilo of white stuff in here. We need to add a whole lot of this. We've already added a bunch, so you want to get it to melt up in there really good. Okay, we pulled our frozen Buckeye balls out of the freezer. They're good and hard. It's exactly how you want them. Now we're going to take a toothpick. I'm going to poke it in it. And you dip it into the chocolate. Pull it out, and you're going to make a mess. You put it right down on the deal, and you proceed to do that one right after another. I like to do 2 at a time. If you're a pro, get to the pro level. 2 at a time. Put them down, grab 2 more, and go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make Buckeyes. As you can see, the chocolate's all nice and hardened now because of the wax. Once they're all hardened up, you put them back in the trays, put them in the freezer for about an hour, and that's when they're good.